family. It is Super Bowl Sunday. Super Bowl Sunday, baby. Now, being a former football player myself, many moons ago, about 100-some pounds ago, I call myself a professional when it comes to prognosticating matchups in football. I'm being sarcastic, of course. I am not a professional with picking, but I'm going to pretend to be, because I slept at a TA last night. It makes me smart. But on a real note, what's your pick? Who are you picking for the Super Bowl today? I mean, no one expected the Bengals to be where they are right now. But the reality is this, and I think a lot of people overlooking this. Yes, the Bengals barely got into the playoffs, okay? But the team they beat in the playoffs is the team that they beat to get into the playoffs. That being the Kansas City Chiefs. And it was the same situation. They came from behind and they beat them. Now, the LA Rams, a little different team. A little different. Matthew Stafford, a wily veteran. Yeah, this is his first time making or having success in the playoffs. But you gotta understand, he didn't have weapons to work with. And look what he has accomplished in the NFL the last however many years, 10-something, 12 years, I don't know, can't remember how many years. I know it's been a long time. He's been a thorn in my side for some years, being a Chicago Bears fan, him being in Detroit. It's kind of happy to see him leave the conference, although the Bears didn't take advantage of it. But we did beat Detroit this year. I will say that's something. We did do that. I'll take that win. Yeah. So who's your pick? Who's your pick? All right. So the pick. It's hard for me to kind of say, hey, this team is going to beat this team, because the Bengals are so unpredictable, in my opinion. They have the weapons. The defense is pretty solid. They got a good defensive front in terms of run stop. The corners are aggressive. And obviously, the coaching staff, they know how to make adjustments on the fly. That's exactly what they did against Kansas City. They made some serious adjustments on the fly. To have been down, I believe it was 21-3 in the first half, and to literally shut Kansas City down in the entire second half, and on the offensive side, be able to figure out a way to get in the end zone the way they did it, that is nothing but a miracle. But it also shows the effectiveness of the coaching staff. So they have had 2 weeks to prepare for LA. LA is not invincible by the least. They have a lot of wrinkles. They have a lot of issues. They lost some games that they should have won during the regular season. But they did add Von Miller, who's got a few games on his belt now. Their secondary is one of the best in the league. And we already know Cooper Kupp. That is just, he's a Swiss Army knife, man. He's a quarterback running, playing receiver. He knows how to beat coverages. He knows what type of route he needs to run before the snap of the ball. And him and Matthew Stafford are on a wavelength. They're connected, man. Matthew, being a quarterback, knows the route he needs, and Cooper Kupp, being the receiver that he is, knows the type of route he needs to do, and he knows how to beat coverages. I've never seen anything like that in my life, to be honest with you. To hear him talk about, when they're interviewing, post game, and they're asking him, why did you run this route? And he's explaining it. It's like listening to Peyton Manning talk about why he threw this particular ball at this particular time. It's unbelievable. So, man, I generally, being an NFC fan, Bears being in the NFC conference, National Football Conference, I generally go with an NFC team. In this case, I'm going to go with the NFC team, but not because I'm rooting for an NFC team. I'm not rooting for either one of them, to be honest with you, because the Bears aren't in it, and everybody else can kick rocks. Chicago Bears, bear down. It'll probably be 19 or 20-48 before the Bears get back in the Super Bowl, but I'm not. Hey, I'm rooting for them. There's always next year. But to get back to the topic, I believe, and I'm going to add a few more variables in there. Yes, it's a Super Bowl, but LA is the home team. LA is a home team, and I mean they're an actual home team. They're playing in their stadium, so I am going to go with the LA Rams. They were my pick from the beginning of the year. I know Bears. I'm a realist. I do. My heart, the Bears, when I'm going to the Super Bowl. Still got a hope. But they were my pick from the beginning of the year. They're just loaded. The weapons are there. And I believe Matthew Stafford, being the wily veteran that he is going to be able to be just a little bit better than the young Joe Shiesty. So that's my pick. I'm not going to put a score up, but if I were to say a score, I would say 24-21 LA Rams. That's my pick. Let's do it.